This plane is so big, you could fit an entire 737 inside it. It weighs more than the Statue of Liberty, and when it takes off, it needs 6 engines just to get off the ground. I just discovered the 4 biggest planes ever built. Let's go. Airbus A380, the Flying Hotel. The biggest passenger plane ever built, and honestly, calling it a plane feels wrong. This thing is a flying apartment building. The stats are insane. Wingspan? 262 feet. That's wider than a football field is long. Length? 240 feet. Weight when fully loaded? 1.2 million pounds. That's 600 cars stacked on top of each other. Flying. Inside? It can hold up to 853 passengers if you pack them like sardines. But airlines don't do that. Emirates configured theirs with bars, showers, and private suites on the upper deck. Boeing 747-8, the Queen of the Skies. The longest passenger plane in the world and the last version of the legendary jumbo jet that changed aviation forever. This beast is 250 feet long, taller than a 6-story building when sitting on the ground. Wingspan? 224 feet, and when you load it up with passengers, cargo, and fuel, it weighs almost 1 million pounds. The 747-8 can carry 467 passengers and fly 8,000 miles non-stop. That's New York to Dubai without refueling. It cruises at 614 miles per hour, which means you're covering 10 miles every single minute. Cost? $418 million per plane, and it burns about 4 gallons of jet fuel per second during takeoff. Antonov An-225 Mriya, the destroyed giant. The biggest plane ever built. Past tense, because Russia destroyed it. This Ukrainian cargo plane was an absolute monster. Wingspan? 290 feet. Length? 275 feet. Weight when loaded? 640 tons. That's heavier than a fully loaded cruise ship. It had 6 engines. 6! Because 4 wasn't enough to lift this beast. And it could carry 250 tons of cargo. For comparison, that's 4 space shuttle orbiters stacked on top of each other. The An-225 was built in the 1980s to carry the Soviet space shuttle on its back. Yes, on its back. There are photos of this plane flying with a literal spaceship strapped to the top. It looked like something out of science fiction. Only one was ever completed. It cost $300 million to build, and Ukraine used it to transport massive cargo that no other plane could handle. Wind turbine blades, locomotives, entire power plant generators. If it was too big for any other plane, you called the An-225. Stratolaunch, the widest plane ever made. The plane with the widest wingspan in history, and it looks absolutely ridiculous. Imagine taking 2 747 fuselages, connecting them with a giant wing, and sticking 6 engines on it. That's the Stratolaunch. Wingspan? 385 feet. That's longer than a soccer field. It's so wide you could park 70 cars wingtip to wingtip. But here's the weird part. It only has one purpose. It's designed to carry rockets under its belly, fly to high altitude, and launch them into space. It's essentially a flying launch pad. The plane weighs 500,000 pounds empty and can carry another 500,000 pounds of rockets. It has 2 separate cockpits, one in each fuselage, but only the right one is used. The left cockpit is just there for symmetry. Cost to develop? Hundreds of millions. And it's owned by Stratolaunch Systems.